Hello, my name is Matthias Cavodi. I'd like to welcome you guys to my channel. Today we're going to talk about one of the most insane Captain America story arcs ever. We're going to talk about Streets of Poison. This story has like more what the fuck moments than I've ever encountered in a comic book. And it's just a blast. Like, if you haven't read it, before I spoil the hell out of the story and all the really bizarre turns it has, just go out, read it. You're going to have a lot of fun. It was written by Mark Gruewald, and we have fantastic art by Ron Lim. And this probably came out in the very early 90s. I don't know exactly. I don't remember. Because this trade paperback where I have this story. It's pretty old. I have to take great care of not breaking the binding. There's no mention of the year when it came out, but probably early 90s. So let's get into the story. Again, if you haven't read it, just go out. You're going to have a blast reading this. So, Captain America, he's on patrol in the city, trying to keep the streets safe. He sees one of these guys from the Serpent Society. He's staking out some gangsters on a roof. He confronts him and says, "Hey, what's up? What you're doing?" The guy makes a run for it. Cap goes on hot pursuit. And he gets gunned down by a group of gangsters. Like, it's freaking brutal right off the bat. This supervillain, who's probably fought a ton of superheroes, nothing bad happens to him. He crosses paths with, what's the name? How did Hillary Clinton called gang members? Group of super predators. And they kill him right off the spot. Captain America is like shocked by this whole situation. He kicks these gangsters' butts. And he finds out these kids are peddling drugs on the streets. There's a new drug on the street that's pretty heavy. He goes back to the Avengers base, and during this time, there's like a group of employees with the Avengers or with Captain America. They used to do like all the support work for the Avengers and for Cap. One of these guys, Cap starts talking with him, and he's really something's wrong with him. He's like really tightly wound up. He flips out over something really small, and Cap discovers that he took a hit from a new drug. Cap thinks it's crack, but no, it's methamphetamines. I know nothing about meth. I know very little about drugs. I have never taken it in my life, but it seems that just one hit from this gets you hooked. And Cap tells him, like, if you don't get your act together, you don't go to rehab, you're off the team. So Cap starts learning more about meth, discovers it's called ice. It's a new type of meth that's like super heavy. While this is going on, we have Bullseye. He's in prison. He's able to escape. Cap goes on the cover, finds a gang that's selling. He finds a deposit where the drugs are at, starts fighting these drug dealers. Building explodes. Every single drug dealer gets killed. I don't know actually, but I just think it. Cap's able to jump free, gets out, kisses Diamondback, because that's when they were starting the relationship. At the same time, we have Kingpin, who's really pissed off. Someone's selling drugs on his turf. He has competition. He's not happy with this whole deal. Sends Bullseye to find out who's the guy selling the drugs and competing with him on the streets. So Cap goes with Diamondback also to investigate who is this new drug dealer. We have a classic superhero misunderstanding, which leads to Diamondback fighting against Black Widow. She's not aware that Diamondback is actually a good guy now. She's going out with Cap. At the same time, we have Cap fighting against Bullseye. This is actually a pretty good battle. And I really love Ron Lim's work. I think he's like he's one of my favorite Captain America artists. Like, I love Ron Lim's work on Captain America and Silver Surfer. They really embody the character of that time. Cap's having a real hard time dealing with Bullseye. Bullseye's able to get away. Here's where we start noticing something's wrong with Cap. Like, he gets really angry. He flips out with one of those guys that helps with the Avengers. He's sort of not treating Diamondback the right way. You can see he's really pissed off. He's really on edge. And something's wrong with Cap. So what we discover is that in the explosion, when he was fighting against that gang, he inhaled all the meth. He's high on drugs. So it makes him very brash and not being able to control himself. He goes up against these gangsters, makes a car crash. Almost everyone gets killed in the whole situation. Captain, because of drugs, becomes evil. Cap is almost not all the way because he's not killing people straight up, but like he's sort of going into full-on Punisher mode. He's taking gangsters down left and right. He's trying to find out who is fueling this street war between gangs. Some tips lead him to the Kingpin. He goes visit Kingpin. He's being a real asshole to everyone. The whole dialogue between Captain America and Kingpin is just hilarious. He leaves Kingpin's base. He knows something's up. Crosses paths with Daredevil. Daredevil's like, what the hell's up? Why are you eating dinner with Kingpin? We get this pretty awesome battle between, like, all the battles that we get. The art is just fantastic. And Daredevil knows something's wrong with Captain America. They clash, but Captain America is freaking brutal. He tears down poor Daredevil, punches him out, leaves Daredevil on the floor. We have Crossbones, who goes and visits Kingpin. Now he's there because what we discover is actually Red Skull's the one selling drugs, competing with Kingpin, and he sent Crossbones to take care of Kingpin once and for all so they can take over the streets. So Crossbones tries to kill Kingpin. He's actually saved by Daredevil. While we have Captain America, he's dealing with the withdrawal. He has a beard. He's going crazy. There's one really good part about this story that they don't resolve is Cap realizes that he's high on drugs, and so he has a problem that his super soldier serum also is a drug. And so there's good drugs and bad drugs, and what's the difference? And if he was always a drug addict, and this whole moral dilemma that he has with using performance enhancing drugs, and why some are good and why the super soldier serum is good and the others are not, which he never really resolves in the story. But the whole debate it's well thought of, because he does make a point, but he doesn't ever answer it in the story. So Captain America's flipping out. We have a turf war between Red Skull and Kingpin. Diamondback and Black Widow capture Cap because he's too unhinged. Black Widow brutally takes down Captain America with a venom blast to his head. She's able to take her down. Now we have Bullseye going out to try to kill the Red Skull. We have a battle between Red Skull and Crossbones and Bullseye. Like, the sheer amount of action and story, that's the really good thing about this. You get both. There's plot, there's story, character development, and action. Everything you need in a story. And it's bizarre as hell, but who cares? And so we have this whole internal conflict with Cap, and we get the final showdown between who's able to sell meth on the streets of New York, Red Skull and Kingpin. And we get one of the weirdest battles that I've ever seen. To make the battle fair, they strip down to their underwear and they start fighting in their undies. And I was just speechless. I reread this yesterday and I forgot about this, and I was just speechless while I was reading this. While Cap arrives to see what's going down, crosses paths with Crossbones, and Cap, they cure him of his drug addiction, but his super soldier serum's not working anymore, so he's weaker. But he does one of the brutalest takedowns I've ever seen in a comic book. He karate chops Crossbones in the throat. That freaking hurts. I never seen something like that in a comic book. You guys, that little thing on the back of his mask. He's able to take down Crossbones. Kingpin's able to defeat Red Skull, get him off the drug market using a belly flop on him. So things are resolved. Cap can't prove that Kingpin sells drugs, so he uneasily leaves this whole situation. He knows at least Red Skull's out of commission, and that's Streets of Poison. I hope you guys like this video. check out 1990s Captain America in general. That grab any time. It's a really good series. And especially since it's so encapsulated in the time each Captain America series, you get this really weird and crazy perspective of social and political issues. So, see you guys next time.